Selling nudes is killing your income on OnlyFans. Now, this goes for agencies and models. Recently, there's been a massive shift in the market where people have stopped caring for nudes as much, and they treat models that sell it for cheap and have it all over the wall as commodity. And this is because at this point they are a commodity. Every single model on OnlyFans has nudes all over their wall, are selling nudes for cheap, and fans are kind of fed up of it because OnlyFans is built up of this parasocial relationship where this just isn't organic at all, and fans become uninterested because simply they know just that they know they can get this anywhere else. So having this is actually hurting you, doing more harm than it is good. Now, here is proof of concept. $4,000 from one fan in 1 hour, $2,088 from one fan in 1 hour. In 1 hour, 20 minutes, we were able to get $1,600 from one fan and $500 from the other fan. Now, take a moment to look at these. These are all legit screenshots taken from a similar time frame to show that it's not luck, and it's actual systems and structures that get you to this point. Now, here's what nobody is telling you. The more nudes you post on your OnlyFans wall, the less money you actually make. Now, I know this sounds backwards, but your perceived value as a model drops heavily. And by the end of this, I'm going to prove to you with the math and the psychology and with the exact ratios, you can figure out if your system for your OF is actually broken or not. Now, perceived value drops when content is everywhere. Here's the principle. Nobody on YouTube is going to tell you this because they don't actually run agencies. They just talk about them and have a guessing game about what worked 2 years ago. Perceived value drops the second your content is everywhere. If a fan lands on your page and your wall is just nude after nude after nude, they've already seen the level you operate at. And there's no more mystery left. There's nothing for them to chase, and there's no reason for them to pay you a lot of money ever, because your best content is already at the public level. You've shown them the ceiling of your content, and the ceiling isn't high enough to be worth real money. Now, as you can see here, every model right now has nudes all over their wall. You're a very forgettable model, and your earnings are heavily capped and very reliant on if you can go viral or not. Whereas you can see here how we structure our models. We have tease pictures, no nudes, lifestyle pictures of them going out. So of course it has that little bit of sexuality to persuade fans to be horny and message the model. But it actually connects with the fans more and makes the fans basically switch and think, okay, this is a high value model. I've not seen this before. I'm used to nudes being everywhere. I want to get to know this model and actually see her best content, because why the hell isn't she sharing it? Now, the McDonald's model, business model per se. Now, let's make this as simple as possible. There are two kinds of OnlyFans models. There's the McDonald's type and the Michelin star type. Most of you are running a McDonald's drive-thru, and then you're confused why you're not getting rich. This is because you also don't have the same traffic as McDonald's. Like these models like Camilla, Sophie Rain, etc. that sell cheap and sell fast. Fans come and fans go. If you can't keep, the fans coming in as much as possible, then your account will see a very fast decline. And your income is also capped, which means from the virality, from this, you're gonna be capping your income at getting some fast money, and then your OF eventually dies off. Now, here's the Michelin model that we run. We have exclusive waitlist energy. Now, this is where we're not giving the fans the best content straight away. If they join the page, for example, and say, hey, I'll give you $200 for your best boy girl video, for example, our team will be like, no, we're not doing that. And that kind of flips the scripts on fans. It gives it that energy that it's exclusive and private, like an OF should be. There shouldn't be there shouldn't be nudes plastered all over the wall, perceiving yourself as a low value model, because now in the recent space and the changes, you need pricing power. It's harder to get that volume of subs now. You need whales to stick around and continue to spend to keep your page growing. And also the brand compounds with this, because the more whales you get and the more people see you're a high value model, you can see how it can stack and stack and stack. Now, I'm going to put it very simply and how you can check if you have a massive gap in your chatting or not as an agency or as a model. Now, for every $1 in sub revenue, you should be doing $8 to $10 minimum in message revenue. Now, an example, if you're doing $6,000 a month in sub revenue, you should be doing minimum, now this is minimum, 8 to 10 times that in message revenue. So message revenue should be something like 48 to 60,000 minimum, where your total should be, again, around 54 to 66,000 minimum. Now, why I say minimum is because this is incredibly achievable with the right systems and structures. Now, us at Covalent, we average around 12 to 15, and we have models even doing 20 to 30 plus in sub revenue to message revenue ratio. And this isn't with free trials, this is actual paid subs coming into the account, paying money to join, and then we convert them into spending that much. Now, if you don't have 8 to 10 times, you have a serious chatting problem that needs to be fixed. It doesn't matter how much you go viral, how many views you get, how many subs you're getting, you're still missing out on a ridiculous amount of money without even getting more subs in. You're not using the subs coming in correctly. And if you're looking to change this, if you're an agency or a model, please drop me a DM on Instagram for a chatting agency or an agency, and we'll fix your page. Now, how the mechanism actually works. Now, the volume trap that most of you are in is here. You are this hamster, chasing more and more subs, getting burnt out, churn, repeat, and basically what it does is fans come in, they get your best content, and they leave. You're focusing on getting more subs in all the time. It burns you out. More Instagrams, more Reddit, more ads, the same revenue basically forever unless you go really viral. Now, the difference here is a brand compounds and fans stay because they understand you're a high value model. Now, imagine the hamster wheel is your page. You run faster, you spend more on marketing, and your revenue doesn't actually compound. Each month resets and it burns out about 90% of models inside 12 months. Now, look at the other side, personality led, gated content, real fans, each month builds on the last. Your old fans don't churn out, they spend more. New fans come in and are highly qualified. The revenue curve, it actually goes up in the right direction. And that is the difference between a treadmill and building a business. And for most models, they're doing this. They're just burning out their page by getting lots of subs in, giving them what they want so that they can just leave. And also, this is much more sustainable in the future because as it compounds, you don't have to worry about always going viral, and it builds up more and more and more. So what do you actually do? Now, this is how you should be treating your page. The wall, it should be like a trailer which teases people to then message you again, because it's all good getting fans to your page and subs in, but as a lot of you have noticed, some fans just don't message, and that is because they've already got the movie when they've joined your page. They've already got that nude stuff, so they don't feel a need to message you to get this content anymore. They join, see your feed, use it for what it's worth, and then leave. And then you're stuck with a fan that will never spend on you, is going to unsubscribe, and you've completely just churned him out instantly without getting any money out of him. Now, I'm sure you guys are seeing this more and more and more because fans, they're trying to find models that we build where the wall is a trailer. They get excited. They're like, wow, this model doesn't have nudes on here. I need to message her to get this. Well, they'll figure it out. And yeah, so it's not the movie. The wall feed is free. Tease, lifestyle, personality. Then the DM content is earned. Again, it's another layer. You know, you get conversation started, you talk with them, you get them emotionally invested, you get them monetarily invested It's giving them, you know, that build up of content, not giving nudes straight away so that they can slowly build up. And then you get to the VIP tier where they actually get the nude content. But they have to spend to get that, which makes it as organic as possible. And also extracts the most amount of money as possible. That is why we do this. It's very complicated and hard to replicate, but there's a reason why we do it, because it works. Now, the mechanism and how this actually all works, and it's not magic, it's actually psychology. Once you see it, you literally can't unsee it, and this is the only way forward. So unfortunately, if you're understanding this, I'm sorry. Step one is investment. The fan puts something in, a few minutes, a conversation, a purchase, attention. A small purchase, you know, a bit of attention, it doesn't matter what, it's the act of investing what matters. Step two is anticipation. Once they've invested, their brain releases dopamine on the chase. Not on the content, on the chase. That's the dirty secret of this whole industry. Anticipation is more profitable than satisfaction, unfortunately. Step three is they buy in. Now your relationship and emotionally built, it's not a transactional thing anymore. It doesn't feel like they're paying for some random OnlyFans girl content anymore, what everyone has. It feels organic, it feels personal, and it feels gated to them and personal to them. That's why they feel and choose this. And the results? Well, it's long-term whales. 12, 24, 36-month relationships, spending compounds, loyalty compounds. They don't churn, they actually stay. And that is why this mechanism works so much more. Now compare that to the McDonald's model we were talking about before. Fans open the page, see everything instantly, they get it instantly, then they have zero reason to ever come back. It's a 2-week life cycle if you're lucky, and the LTV of the fan drops heavily. Now please understand this, anticipation and chase is more profitable than making the fans satisfied always. Now, before anyone in the comment loses their mind, let me be crystal clear about what I'm not saying. I'm not telling you to, you know, stop selling nudes entirely. I'm not telling you to go save for work. I'm not telling you to delete everything and start from zero. I'm telling you to stop giving away your best content for free or very little money and actually gatekeep that for VIP fans. Stop letting your fans see everything before they've earned it. Tease, gatekeep, build, and chase. Gatekeeping is not the same as going for safe for work. It's about controlling what's free and what's earned and what's exclusive. That's it. Now, models and agencies, I'm sure watching this, you now actually understand how to structure your page in 2026 and how to sell and not just burn yourself out by chasing this virality all the time. Because now, if you build your page and structure it like this, you have longevity in the space. Your frequency is better, you feel better, you're more happy, you're gonna attract more money. And it's that simple. It's also the same. Put yourself in the shoes of the fan. Now, every model they sub to has all these nudes on the wall. They join, they, you know, finish and leave. When they join your page, they don't see any nudes. So they get curious and they message. When they message, you have, you know, a very good chat team. Us, we use UK-US chat team, which builds emotional connection with the fans, unlike any other chat team, which then leads them to be more curious to spend. And when they spend, they realize they still haven't got the nudes that they wanted. So now they spend more, because now it's a game of chase. They really want that stuff and they're gonna prove to you that they want it. And that's obviously with their hard-earned cash putting into our pockets. Now, I want everyone to have a real think and have a look at your actual ratio, agency or model. This isn't something I want you to skip. I want you to please look at how much you're doing in message revenue compared to your sub revenue. If it is below 8 to 10, you have an incredibly serious issue. Now, if it is more, great. But do you not think you're missing out on more? If your page isn't structured this way, then please, you're welcome to drop me a message. We are taking on models and agencies all the time into our agency in order to help them to scale. Now, if this video has helped you, please like, comment, subscribe for more information, and hopefully everyone has a great, what day is it today? Has a great Friday. Peace.